Hello, YouTube. Today I wanted to talk about Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3. This is one of my personal favorite games. Um, One of the best Dragon Ball Z games, I think, to ever come out. But I often hear a lot of stereotypes surrounding the game, whether it be about the characters being all the same, whether it be that the transformations don't seem to do much, or that it's just too unbalanced. Well, I kind of wanted to address a few of these stereotypes. Now, when it comes to people saying that all the characters are the same, I would very much have to disagree. There are some characters that are small, some characters that are medium, and some characters that are big. A lot of the big characters, yes, they do punch slower, but even those guys have differences. Let's say, for instance, you play as Raccoon versus playing as Nappa. They don't they don't melee the same. Their rate of melee is different. Their attack strength is different between the two, and the follow ups. That's really what makes everyone a different character. The follow ups that each character has, including people like Melee and Raccoon and Nappa, that's what makes them different characters. They are definitely not the same person melee wise. While it is true that there are five different Gokus in the game, each Goku it has something about them that makes them a little bit different. The only Gokus I can think of that are extremely similar are probably early Goku and End Goku, since they both have very similar base forms and their follow ups are also very similar, but they're definitely still not the same. There are a few multi-shot techniques also in the game, and most famously, most of them are used by Vegeta. For one, Vegeta's technique isn't the same as everyone else's for a few reasons. One, not only does Vegeta shoot 10 blasts instead of 5 or 8 like some others, two, he fires them much quicker than most of the other characters that have multi-shots that are similar to his. Say for instance, Captain Ginyu's multi-shot is only five blasts, and they don't fire nearly as quick as Vegeta's. I believe Teen Gohan's is either 8 or 10, but they still don't fire as quickly as Vegeta's. Vegeta has his own type of multi-shot technique blast, and that separates him from the rest. The only similarity I can think of is that everyone has a four-hit combo at the beginning of their melee. If you're playing on something like the PS2, you would press the square four times at the very least to get all the way to the end of that four-hit combo. But everyone has different follow-ups in that string of inputs. As I mentioned earlier, not only does everyone have different follow ups within that string of inputs, but their attack speed differs and their attack strength differs. So, really, to say everyone is the same, I would feel is an injustice to the game developers. The last part of everyone feeling the same comes from how you use the characters. Someone like Super Gogeta is way more melee built than someone like Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta is very blast heavy. He's very blast heavy. Not his melee isn't bad, but it's not what he's suited for. And if you just play the same way for each character, then yes, everyone will feel, in the very least, somewhat similar. Now, transformations are their own thing in the game. They're their own mechanic in the game. For people that say that transformations don't make a big difference, first example, my first example would be to look at First Form Frieza. First Form Frieza is very fast. He can charge his ki fairly quickly, and his melee is like medium damage, but it's not like super strong. Transform into Second Form Frieza, and his melee goes up way, way higher. Like the attack damage is definitely much bigger. It's a noticeable difference at the very least. His melee speed though goes down significantly, and his key charging speed is also much farther down. But I do believe his supers do a little bit more damage in his second form, even if he can't charge ki as quickly. As for Super Saiyans, yes, they still punch and kick, but their follow ups do change from form to form. And that's something I actually really enjoy because that makes each form a little bit different. If I'll just say it right now, like even if Super Saiyan 3 is the strongest form to play as, I can personally handle the combos of Super Saiyan 1 for Goku the best. Super Saiyan 1 Goku's combos I feel are some of the best, and Super Saiyan 3 Goku's are good, but they're not exactly how I would like to play. The last part is Budokai Tenkaichi 3 being unbalanced. Now, yes, the game is unbalanced, but is that really a bad thing? The preference here would be, it really just comes down to preference when you say that you don't like that it's unbalanced. You could have it so that it's balanced and everyone is similar, but then where would the challenge be for, or where would the reward be for unlocking higher tier characters like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta? Like if you beat someone as, if you're playing as Chi Chi and you're fighting against Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, that if you can win, which it is very possible to win, that should feel accomplishing. I I prefer it not to be balanced for the simple fact of this is closer to what would actually happen in the fight, and I can I can still win even with the odds stacked against me, and that's something I enjoy. A lot of people like to mention that Spike made this game and that they also made the Raging Blast series. Now, the Raging Blast series is it is fairly similar, but it's also fairly different. In the Raging Blast series, literally every single character's first four hits for combos are exactly the same. No one's four hit combo is. Let me rephrase that. Some people's four hit combos are the same, but most characters' combos in Tenkaichi 3 in BT3, most of their combos are not exactly the same. Now, I'm not sure why, with Raging Blast, they decided it would be a good idea to have everyone's first four hit combo be exactly the same, because I do feel that takes out a lot of diversity. Even if the follow ups are vastly different, I do prefer more diversity, even at the lower level of the first four hit combo. This was just something I wanted to talk about because Budokai Tenkaichi 3 is my favorite Dragon Ball Z game, and I even to this day as many people as even though lots of people love the game, I still see a lot of hate all around the internet for it, and I just wanted to talk about some of the things people were pointing out that aren't preferences or that are preferences. This is the first video in hopefully a string of many videos with surrounding Dragon Ball to come, and thanks for listening. See ya.